So ki sham daitan kal, because we said the reason is because their minds, their das rather, is very light. In other words, they don't have a das to begin with. Then it says Yizboir Prati Bechinas HaGevura Shenimshach Lenok Belel Sheni the Rosh Hashanah. Let's talk about the next day. Belel Sheni the Rosh Hashanah, on the next day of Rosh Hashanah. Hinech and Yizboir Lamala, that explained up above. Ki biyom rishon the Rosh Hashanah, on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, in Nasrim call the Gevuras, all of the Gevuras leave. Sheyesh min akasset to Zer Anpin, that from, that is, we're looking at the back of Zer Anpin now, from his Kesser, the Chazer Shabo, all of those Gevuros leave Zer Anpin, V'kulim Nitnin B'Kesser Shalom, and they're all placed into her Kesser. Ki Sham Hu Makomo Keneged Achrech Tferes. So this is where her Kesser is opposite the Chaz of Zer Anpin. V'hinech Kavar HaHamshacha, excuse me. So let's just look at that for a second. 1 second. So he said so the 5 chasadim have already spread into Zer Anpin. So the power, I'm trying to understand, we're switching back and forth, of the Gevuras, Mitzad Itra the Gevura Shabbat, which are opposite the Itra the Gevura of her, which is her Das. Kavar He Muzumanim Misham the Hikalul Ball, they're already ready, they want to go into her. Ki Oz Maskil in Yanim and Bitsiyusa, because this is the point at which they're beginning to reveal themselves, or they come into being, that's the right word. V'heim Sham B'dayim B'koich Barosha, and they're still do not have Sham Adayim B'koich Barosha, so they're all in potential in her head. So in other words, they're ready to go, but not. So let's go look at the tefillah of Arvis on the second night. Olam Shelechem B'das Shalah. So now they're both going to go into her das. Begevura Hashanis the Itra the Gevura Shabbat, which is the secondary, maybe not secondary, but it's the second Gevura, which is on the left side of the middle. V'hi Osa Achar Kach. I'll see that his Pashid B'Sviras a Gevura Shabbat. So then this is going to come around, and it's going to spread into her Gevura and start going down the middle line, going to the left then into her Gevura. So Ofen Acher. So here's another way to look at it. Be'inyan Aliyah Zun B'Rosh Hashanah. Pam Acha Shemati Memori Zechel the Rosh Zeh, that this head that we're talking about, Yesh B'Chak Shinuyim V'Ramarti L'Kasim, and he told me that I should write them down. So we're really getting at the end of the 5th drush. So he says B'Leil Rishon Shal Rosh Hashanah. So on the first night of Rosh Hashanah, B'Tefillas Arvis, when we come to the Tefillah of Arvis, Az Zun Omdim B'Sfiris Hod Shel Zer Anpin Atzma. So where are they? At the Tefillah of Arvis. Talking about the second night. No, wrong. B'Leil Rishon Shel Rosh Hashanah B'Tefillas Arvis. So the first night. Az Zun Omdim B'Sfiris Hod Shel Zer Anpin Atzma. They're standing at the Sfiris of Hod of Zer Anpin. Ha'amnam L'Hiyoshe Ima Mistalekas Me'al Zer Anpin. And how is it that they're there? It is that Ima leaves Zer Anpin, V'nishar Yoshan, and it leaves him sleeping. So the Dormita, that's our Dormita, Kaniska Le'el B'Drush Shekadem, which was from the first Drush. V'lechein Ein Nekeva B'Kabelas Al Rasa Al Yedei Zer Anpin. So therefore, whatever light she's going to get, she's not going to get the light from Zer Anpin. Ela me'ima ilor, she's going to get the light directly from ima ilor, behiyosa mechutz the Zer Anpin, farther because of the fact she's on the outside of Zer Anpin, she's not inside. I don't know what that means exactly, but as a result of that, she's a separate entity, is what he's saying, maybe. Ba'amnam hi omedis az behod shalo. So now she's standing at his hod. V'hi mekabela shalo al yada, but she receives her shefa not through him. V'achakach hi lokeches mekabelas mebena, so then she takes and she receives from him, Bihiyosa Omer Behod Shalo Kanizgar, because now she's standing at his hod. A little mixed up there. V'shachar b'tefillas the Lachash. Let's go over here now. Shnechem b'sfiras ha'gevura shalo. Both of them are at the level of his gevura. U'b'chazara shnechem be'itra the gevura shebedash shalo. So he says in the coming back, the Chazarah, she's going to be standing at the itra the gevura at his das. Of the fetus of Musaf Lachash, when we come to Musaf and we come to the whispered part, Shnechem b'sfiras ha'hod de'ima, they made it to the hod of ima, which is at the bottom of there. Of Lazar Shnechem b'sfiras ha'gevura de'ima. Okay, so we finished the fifth drush. Let's go back to where we started here today, and we could look at it a little in a little bit more depth. So really, where we're at is. Let's go back to page Resh Mem Aleph, and now we'll read the Pirush Rahut. So where is Resh Mem Aleph? This doesn't have numbers like the other ones, like the other Sfarim. He says, U'v'tefilas Musaf. Where is that? Here it is. He writes about Tefilas Musaf Balachash, that particular time. So now we're getting closer to these times, the holiday itself. U'v'tefilas Musaf Balachash, and we come to that. Olam Shnechem b'sfiras ha'gevura shel ima, they both go to the sphera of gevura of ima. B'tefilas Lachash, the Musaf, the Rosh Hashanah. Olam Yaakov and Rachel, now we're talking about Yaakov and Rachel. B'sfiras gevura de ima. Uv'chazara Olam Shnechem b'sfiras bina shel ima. B'chazaras Hashatz, they go to that place. Yaakov and Rachel go up to the bina of ima. Olam b'dash. So this is for the first question. Is that how that they get into the das? Why don't they go into the das? Al derek mashin evar b'chazaras tefilas shachris. And when we get over there, we'll be able to see they go into the das. Kashecha Yaakov and Rachel olim b'chazaras hashatz. Where do they go? They go to bina de'ima. Einem olim the das de'ima. V'locha kamo b'chazaras hashatz the shachris. And it's not like the chazaras of shachris. Sha'az alo Yaakov Arachol le'itra de Gevura shebedas the Zeranpin. So the Zachar and Nook now are going up to the Zeranpin. They were originally at the Netzach and Hod of Zeranpin, and now we're going to see them go up to the itra de Gevura shebedas Zeranpin. That's at that time. That is on the Lachash of Shachris. V'hatam hu hatam she'enim olam the das the ima the visha data shall nashim kala ve'ein bechem bechinas das. There is no das yet. The visha das shall nashim kala. V'af she'esh lechem das o charser sham bechinas chasadim, but they're missing the chasadim. So the das is kala because it's missing half of it. So they stay on the left line over there in Ima. They don't make it into the das. Because she keeps going down that line. There's a little piece on the right side of this. I want to read it after this phrase. L'chein ein Yaakov v'Rachel olan the das the Ima, ela the bina sheba. Ki bina the Ima mislaveshes al gevura de Erik Anpen. The Rich Shesham Nechlalim called Bechinas a Gevura shall Rosh Hashanah, because in the Gevura of Erik Anpen is where we find all of the Gevuros. That's where they come from. Okay, so let's look at number Vav. Number Vav says Lefi Shadatim shall Nashim Kala, because this is a big question. Of course, it's a big question. Vein Bechem Bechinas Das. This Kashem and Pafarshim. The hall the feed Drush Arizal, Nimsa Shanashim Daitim Kalos and Emer al Nook Bilvad Velo al Ima, but that's only talking about the Nook. It's not talking about Ima, which is above the Nook on the left line. Od Sarak Ima the Nashim Daitim Kalos, that phrase Machbel Shazer Anpin Nosin the Nook, he gives her Hey Gavuros Bilvad without the Hey Chasadim. So that's the reason why. So the Chasadim can only come in as a result of a Yichud. Nimsa sheyesh lo rak hey havayos, so she only has what? 5 havayos. Communion, like the gematria Kal. Now, we've seen that before, so we'll look back over to it. That's the concept of she is only a 130. That is, she has 5 times 26. Besodat and Kalo, so she should be a 260, I guess is what he's saying. You should have the chasadim in there as well, and then she's a complete 260, which is 10 times Yud Kei Vav Kei, because then he would be inside of her in a different way. If he says of Amailo Ya'alo Yaakov Arachel the Das the Ima, why don't they go to the Das of Ima? Shaharehem Srichen La'alo Sham sooner or later, Ela Gevura Velo Ela Chasadim. So they go to the Gevur, not the Chasadim. So why don't they go there? And then it doesn't really matter if she doesn't have a Chasadim. That was the question. Let's go on a little bit more, and let's see. We were on the other side, the left column, and we have like 1 minute. Of a Mincha Lachash. Let's go to the Mincha Lachash. Shnechem came the mat. I think that's it. Okay, that's the Shiur that we have here in the ending of Parsha of Drush Hey. And from Drush Hey, Drush Vav is a very, very long drush. That is the Iker drush of this, and maybe left over to the next time, which would be next year. This is Baruch Fleischman. It's a Tikkun Elevator Kolo, and we're on the brink, really, of looking into Rosh Hashanah. Here he's trying to help us realize what's happening in the davening during the different periods of tefillah. This is Baruch Fleischman, Tikkun Elevator Kolo.